Hey there friends, it is me Mike Harmon or HLModTech, and I'm going to teach you teachers how to use Tinkercad. So let's get crackin'. I will post a link to Tinkercad in the description so you can simply click it when you get there. Everybody simply needs to click sign in and then use sign in with social providers. Click the use Google and then simply pick your Google account and you will be signed in no time. If this lesson appears on the screen, I would like you to simply click on the Tinkercad button so that we can get to my training and complete our first project even faster. And to start our first project, hit Create New Design. Tinkercad is wonderful because it works on Chromebooks and you do not have to install anything. You can simply drag shapes out and create something awesome. I want us to scroll all the way down and find the icosahedron. When you drop it on the screen, it has measurements that are built in. You can look at it from different angles by just clicking the view cube. If you click on an edge, it gives you a combination. If you click on a corner, it gives you a combination. If you click on the word, you're looking at it from the front. I want you to look at it from a corner, and then we're going to do a fancy trick where you hold down the shift key and drag one corner to make your cool shape grow. So you hold the key and then just drag. I'm going to orbit around and take a look at it from the sides so I can see it. And then I'm going to add some pieces to this so that we learn how to manipulate different items on the screen. If you scroll through the items, I want us to find the cone, and we're going to use a special trick to put the cone right here. It is called the Workplane. When you click this button, it says where do you want to put it. Click on a flat place, and that will be the Workplane. If we look at this from the right, you can see that our item is going to land right there. I'm going to switch to corner view again and just drop my cone in place. I'm going to go back to that right side and see how it looks perfect. And boom, we have got the start of what's going to be called our unicorn friend. We're going to click on one corner again, and we're going to hold shift, and we're going to shrink that until the horn is the location and size we want. Then use the arrow keys to nudge it. When you're done moving your unicorn horn, look at it from the right and stretch it to the length you want it to be, and then go back to that combination view. We want to get rid of this Workplane, so what we do is click Workplane again and just click on the blue edge. Now that we've made a little progress, let's name our file by clicking in this top corner and give it a name like Unicorn Dude and then put your name after it so we can keep track of what we build. Let's click on our unicorn horn and pick a different color. You can pick any color that makes you happy. If you right click and drag out in the build area, it rotates around so you can see your shape. And then we want to add eyeballs. So we're going to press W, which is the shortcut for Workplane, and we're going to click on the face where we want to put our eyeballs. I'm going to use the half sphere, so I'm going to scroll down through the list, and I'm going to simply drop that eyeball in, and then I'm going to use the amazing Fit View to Selection so I can see it more closely. Once again, we are going to hold Shift, and we're going to shrink that down so that it's the correct size. We could drag it to the right location, but we might accidentally grab a handle, so I'm going to undo that, and now I'm going to drag it to the correct location, and it stays right on that Workplane. I would like my little eyeball to be white, so I'm going to click the white color, and then I'm going to put the little pupil inside the eyeball using the paraboloid. When I bring the paraboloid out, I'm going to want it to be black. I am going to hold down Shift and shrink it a ton in every direction at once, and then when it's the right size, I'm going to just nudge it into place using those arrow keys, and boom, I've got an amazing eyeball combination for my little buddy. I'm going to click on that first piece, the white piece, and then I'm going to hold down Shift and click on the black piece. Notice it says there are two items selected. I'm going to group those, and you'll notice that they turn to one color. If we click on that color, we can change to multicolor, and it shows us both pieces again. I'm going to do duplicate, and I'm going to just use the arrow keys to move my other eyeball to the other side. And then I'm going to look at it from the corner and pat myself on the back for making something pretty awesome. Staying on this same work plane, we need to add a mouth. I'm going to add my mouth using the scribble command. When you find scribble, you can drag it out and it's attached to that workspace, and a new window appears that allows you to draw like you're holding a pencil. So here I am scribbling a mouth. It is not perfect and there's no way to make it straight. If you don't like what you did, you can hit clear and you can simply try again. When you've got the style of mouth you want for your little dude, you simply hit done and it goes into the project. If you shrink the white handles, it does two sides at once. I'm going to undo that though, and I'm just going to use the little black handle so that it moves in one direction at a time. I'm going to move it up a little bit. I'm going to squish that a little bit, and then I'm going to look at it from the side and note it is really a big mouth. So I'm just going to push it back a few millimeters till it's the size I want, and then look at it from the corner to see if I really like it. When I'm really happy, I'm going to pick my cool color, and I'm going to choose one of the light pinks. Let's do the same type of trick to add a nose. You can pick all kinds of things. I've still got my work plane attached. I'm going to give them a wedge nose. This time I'm going to hold down shift so it shrinks all at once. And then I'm going to use the arrow keys to place it. Let's look at it from that corner side, right side, and see if we like it. Yeah, I think he's really looking cool. I'm going to make his nose a little bit smaller. And I am loving how my little buddy's looking. Let's set the work plane back to the blue piece by just clicking W and then clicking on one of the blue edges. And it's time to add ears to our little friend. I'm going to hit W and set the work plane to where one ear is going to go. We could use all kinds of crazy things to make the ear, like maybe the round roof. Let's drop one of those out there and let's take a look at it. So this works fine as an ear, but we need to rotate it. To rotate it, I'm going to look at it from the right, and then I can find this rotation handle. See how far my mouse is away from the shape? When I do that, it uses the little tick marks and goes by individual degrees. When I get close to the shape, it snaps to the 22.5 degrees between each of those. So I'm going to put my ear at 90 degrees, and I'm going to shrink it so it's a little skinnier. Let's look at it from that front corner, and I'm also going to push it in a little bit. When I've got my ear just the way I like it, I'm going to pick a color that seems good to me. I'm going to go with a kind of yellow color. I really like how cute my little ear is. I'm going to look at it right from the right or the right backside though, so I can use the arrow keys to line it up with where that ear should be. And then I'm simply going to use that same technique, pressing W and clicking on the other side to make a copy that's the same. Get to practice that rotation skill again, and I find that it's easier when you do it from a corner. We want to rotate it this way. I stay close to the shape, and there's my 90-degree mark. Squish it in, and make it the cool color. If you wanted your numbers to be the exact same, you can click on your other shape. I'm going to press W and switch to that work plane. Notice I did 16 by 7 by 5. So now I can quickly switch to this side, click the shape, click that corner, and change it to 16. Make sure I press enter. And then put 7 and press enter, and then last but not least, change this one to 5. So now they are perfectly matching, and I can test it by looking at it from that corner. I'm going to press W and set my work plane back to the blue. And let's give our little buddy some feet, and you could use all kinds of things. I'm going to do it with the half sphere. When I bring this sphere out, I'm going to stretch it so it looks kind of like a shoe. You could draw all kinds of fancy laces and stuff, but I just want to show you this trick. I'm going to take this and rotate it a few degrees to one side, and then I'm going to do Control D to duplicate again, and let me show you a new tool called the flip tool. When you hit flip, it makes an exact opposite. You do have to click away and then click on the shape, and then I'm going to use the arrow keys to line my 2 feet up. I'm going to take my two little feet and I'm going to group them. And then I'm going to just push them into my shape and use that rotate to line them up so they fit with my head. I'm going to lock all of these parts in place by dragging and just touching them. I'm not touching the feet. And I'm going to group them. So my little buddy is all one piece right now. If yours turns one color, just make sure you hit the multicolor button. And then the reason I did that was now I can take both my shapes. Notice it says 2, and I'm going to use the align tool for the first time. And I'm going to align my little feet on this side. And I'm going to look at it from a corner so you get a good view of what I'm talking about. So I'm aligning it on this side, and then I'm going to go to the back corner, and I'm going to align this one. So my feet are right in the middle. I want to pull my feet a little bit forward, so I'm going to go up, over, up, over, up, over, up, over, until I'm happy. So, friends, I hope you had a blast making this little unicorn dude and learning about all the cool tools. We have barely scratched the surface, but hopefully you can see there are a lot of awesome things you can play with to make your little unicorn dude extra special. You can make your whole little unicorn family if you're having fun with this. Before you move on to coming up with cool projects where you could actually use this with students in your classroom. If you found the video useful, I'd love to have you mash that like button. If you've got any questions, comments, suggestions, or even requests, add them down below in the comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Mash that subscribe button and click the notification bell if you want to be the first to know when there's a brand new movie from me, HLModTech. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.